Long ago, in a land far away, there was a kingdom unlike any other. Its capital, Lumeris, was a city of shining towers, a testament to the brilliance of its creators. But behind the walls of its greatest building lived a man known to all as Cassius Crane, the Keeper. His mansion, perched upon a hill that overlooked the city, was as much a part of Lumeris as the sun itself. Dark, looming, and ancient, it seemed to breathe with a life of its own, with every stone and every shadow holding a secret. Crane was no ordinary man. He was a master of art and architecture, known for building structures that stood taller than the mountains and wider than the seas. But few knew the true price of his genius. It is said that Cassius Crane did not create buildings. He created souls. In those days, young and gifted architects, eager to make their mark upon the world, would seek out Crane's mansion, drawn by the promise of wealth and glory. They would knock on the mansion's towering doors, unaware of the fate that awaited them within. For Crane, the Keeper, was not just a mentor. He was a devourer of dreams. He welcomed the eager souls with open arms, showering them with every resource they could ever need to build their creations. Yet, as they worked, the young architects grew weaker, their once vibrant minds becoming clouded, their creative spark fading into darkness. It was whispered that Crane fed on their minds, drinking in their ideas, their potential, until there was nothing left but hollow shells of the brilliant individuals who had walked through his doors. No one ever left his mansion, at least not in the same way they came. The legend grew until it reached the ears of a young architect named Elena, who had come from distant lands to seek her fortune. Elena was clever and bold, with fire in her heart and ambition in her bones. She arrived in Lumeris full of dreams, eager to leave her mark upon the world. When she heard of Crane, she was both intrigued and terrified, yet something about the man and his mansion called to her, like the siren song of a forgotten destiny. She arrived at his gates with hope in her eyes, her designs clutched tightly in her hands. Crane greeted her with a smile as cold as the marble floors of his mansion and offered her the world. He spoke in riddles and rhymes, praising her talent and promising her the finest materials, the greatest tools, everything she could ever want to bring her dreams to life. Elena, too, felt the pull of his words like a moth to the flame. Before we dive deeper into Elena's journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The mystery of the Keeper is just beginning. And trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Stay with us till the end. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Elena worked tirelessly, crafting a design that would surpass all others. Yet, the more she created, the more she felt herself slipping away. The colors of the world grew dimmer, and the weight of her thoughts felt heavier. She no longer found joy in her work, only a deep, gnawing emptiness. At night, as she lay in her chambers, she heard strange sounds echoing through the halls of Crane's mansion, footsteps that weren't hers, voices that weren't her own. Her dreams were filled with whispers, the faces of other architects, faces she had never met, but who seemed familiar. She saw their eyes, hollow and empty, like hers. One fateful night, as Elena walked through the mansion's endless corridors, she stumbled upon a room hidden deep within the heart of the mansion. There, on a pedestal, lay a book bound in dark leather. She opened it, and in the pages she saw the truth. Cassius Crane did not create buildings. He created prisons. He had trapped the souls of every architect who had come before her, feeding on their creativity, their hopes, until they had become nothing but ghosts inside his mind. Their genius, their lives, were woven into the very walls of the buildings he had designed. He had become the keeper of dreams, and the dreams of others were his to consume. But Elena was not like the others. She was no longer willing to be fed upon. With newfound resolve, she confronted Crane in the heart of his mansion. She demanded that he release her, that he set the other souls free. Crane, ever the manipulator, smiled, his eyes glittering like cold stones. He told her that she could not escape, that once her mind had been touched by his genius, she could never leave. But Elena, clever as she was, had learned the true art of creation. With a single stroke of her hand, she altered the very foundations of the mansion. She trapped Crane in his own design, a tower of mirrors that reflected only himself, a maze of walls that bound him to his own image, feeding on nothing but his own desires. The keeper was now the kept, imprisoned in a world of endless reflection, where his dreams could never grow, and his mind would wither away. Before the final twist, take a moment to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. You're about to witness the true fate of the keeper, and trust me, it's worth the wait. Don't go anywhere. As the sun rose over the city of Lumeris, Elena walked away from the mansion free at last. But as she did, she glanced back one final time, and there, high atop the hill, she saw the silhouette of a figure standing in the window, a shadow that would forever remain. Elena's name was etched into the history of Lumeris, her design celebrated for centuries. But it is said that in the quiet corners of the city, in the shadows of the tallest buildings, there are whispers of a new keeper, a figure whose name has yet to be spoken, but whose eyes can be found in the reflections of every glass window. For the keeper who feeds on his keep never truly disappears. His hunger is eternal, and his legacy is a tale passed from one generation to the next. As the story of Cassius Crane and Elena draws to a close, let us pause to reflect on the deeper meaning of the keeper who feeds on his keep. This is not just a tale of haunted mansions or trapped souls. It's a mirror held up to our own lives, revealing truths we often overlook. The keeper is more than a character. It is a concept, a force that exists in every corner of our world. For the young, the keeper might take the form of peer pressure, societal expectations, or the fear of failure, forces that drain creativity and dim dreams before they had a chance to shine. For the older, the keeper might manifest as burnout, unfulfilled potential, or the relentless demands of work and life that rob us of joy and purpose. If you're still here, thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this tale with others. Let's uncover more hidden stories together. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us who in your life is the keeper. In every stage of life, the keeper hides, feeding on our energy, our passion, fear, and our potential, leaving us feeling hollow and uninspired. It could be an overbearing boss, a toxic relationship, or even our own inner critic. The voice that tells us we aren't good enough, that our ideas don't matter. But like Elena, we all have the power to confront the keeper in our lives. We can learn to protect our creative spark, set boundaries, and fight for the dreams that truly matter to us. By recognizing the forces that drain us, we can take the first step toward reclaiming our potential and building a life that reflects our own unique brilliance. Let this tale be a reminder. The keeper only has power if we let it. Whether you're a young dreamer or a seasoned creator, you hold the key to your own story. And as Elena showed us sometimes, the greatest act of creation is breaking free from what confines us. As we conclude the story of Elena, take a moment to think, who or what is the keeper in your life? How can you, like Elena, outsmart it and turn its power into your own?